I asked Pat about you and Brandon's chemistry and how it is going this year. You guys went from just starting to kind of play together, the start of last year to, guys are ACC champs. You were ACC player of the game. What's it like kind of hitting the ground running this year, knowing like we know exactly how to play off each other now?
It's a good feeling. It's good knowing you don't have to start back at ground zero. Me and Brandon, we have a good relationship on and off the field, so it's good knowing that we can take that chemistry and continue into the next year.
Playing in that position, like how important is chemistry and that sort of a mutual understanding of like where y'all might be?
Well, really all our secondary is based a lot on communication. And so being able to communicate and know where somebody's going to be and being able to rely on them to be there, that's a big thing in our defense. And so having that chemistry and having that trust really, and him and our corners as well, it's huge.
2 picks in the game MVP and the championship game. How long did it take you to come down from that high?
Probably about 24 hours.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. We had to look forward to the next game after that. So.
That position in particular, I mean, it seems like that's been one that's been, pretty key to the defense. Since they put this defense in here 6 or 7 years ago. I mean, how important is it to how this defense? I mean, every spot's important, of course, but that field safety in particular seems like it's one of the more important ones.
I wouldn't say it's more important than any of the other ones, but like I said, a lot of the communication does come from top down. So we communicate a lot of the coverages, a lot of the blitzes and stuff like that. So being able to be on the same page and making sure the whole defense is on the same page, that's vital. So I think that's the biggest thing coming from the safety position.
Are the coaches putting more on you and maybe Brandon too when you guys are getting new outside linebackers in, like replacing some starters there? Are you guys having to communicate a little bit more with that, or is that mostly kind of like the middle linebacker spot?
It's kind of from all of us, but it's more so just kind of trying to continue what we had, not trying to do too much. I would say, again, back to the chemistry thing, kind of trying to keep that continuity going, even though it's new guys, trying to keep the same competitive level that we played at and even raise it.
You guys last year, I know you guys are looking forward, but last year, you always talked about the Western Michigan game and how you built off of that. And then, you kept wanting to improve against the RPO, and then you go up against one of the best RPO offenses in Wake Forest and do well against that. How do you take that forward, like the lessons that you guys learned from last year that help build you and learn from your mistakes and apply them this year, especially, like as Chris said, you guys are going to have a lot of new outside linebackers?
Yeah, I think it's exactly like you said. It's building. It's stepping stones. So we know what didn't work, we know what worked, we know what could work, but obviously they've seen that in the past. So we know what we need to adjust to, we know what kind of nuances we need to change up. And so it's kind of like a baseline and something to build off of, really.
In a lot of ways, the defense won the championship game, and then you played well in the bowl game too. But this defense maybe had a little chip on its shoulder. Don't forget about us. Offense is great, but don't forget about us.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially in today's college football, all you hear about is offense this, offense that. Nobody ever cares about the defense really. And so being able to shut out a team after the first quarter, that's big. That's huge.
Is there like a silent or a loud competition between the units when you guys are going up against each other sometimes?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, we're always competitive in everything we do, whether we do. It's off-season sprints, we're even competitive. So I think that it's just the whole team has that competitive nature, no matter what we're doing, really.